Hey, all right, I'm gonna drink now. I'm gonna drink now before, other people come in and accuse me of glugging. It's possible that I could have had my water before I started recording. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? Was that passive aggressive? I'm gonna have to talk to an analyst. I'm gonna talk to a therapist about that. Why would I start my show by drinking water when I know it annoys people? I know it annoys people. Why do I do it? What is that about myself? Well, I don't know. But anyway, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Skyber. I haven't talked to you guys in a little while. I skipped last night's live stream. I wanted to just kind of hang out with the misses. If you had a missus that looked like mine, you'd want to do the same thing. Um, welcome everyone. It's great to see you all. It's really, really great to see you. Thank you. Yeah, congratulations, Uncle Ethan. Thank you, Lord J. Kill. I appreciate that. We're doing great stuff right now. Everyone's taking notice. I mean, at this point, it's hard not to take notice of us. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pin this tweet. I'm going to pin this tweet to my profile here on Twitter. And what else can I do? Let's share this chat so that people know we're having it. I normally don't do this. I'm normally not this sophisticated. But I'm going to do it this time because people are telling me that I'm doing everything wrong. I've got all these other YouTubers saying you're doing it all wrong. Well, okay, I'm humble. I'll listen. I'm here to take advice. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Cyberfrog number one. Here's the thing. Here's what we've done as a community. This industry, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, is faltering. This industry is crumbling under the weight of a lot of people who are taking responsibility for a bunch of SJWs who feel no compassion, no love, no desire to aid the comic book industry in any real way. And thus, when you hire these blue-haired land whales and these weirdo freaks, and all they want to do is tell their weird stories about their sexuality and what it's like to be a POC or whatever it is, it's all boring. It's not superhero stuff. It isn't fun. It's no fun, and comics like that don't sell. And thus, we've taken the bull by the horns, haven't we? And we've come out with a frog comic book. We've come out with a comic book about a green robot frog who's going to save humanity from giant hornets. And damn it, I want to read that comic. I wish somebody else would do this so that we could, so that I could read it. Let's get over this real quick. Back to, I'll get back to Cyberfrog in a minute. Uh, let's talk about. Hold on, Mojo Hook Barb. Yes, I'm interested in the $3,500 Cyberfrog purchase. Can I get more detail on the survivors? Mojo Hook Barb, check this out. You are going to join the very first, as far as I know. Uh, I'm trying to think. Can I think of another one? Maybe you guys will think of one. In comics, the very first deaf character, surviving character in comics. Kyle Ritter is hearing impaired. He's ASL, and he is going to show me how to draw signs, how to draw sign language, just moments of sign language. So we're actually going to have a survivor in Cyberfrog Blood Honey who is deaf and who has survived the Hornet Plague by hearing vibrations, by feeling the vibrations of the wings, and everything like that. Now, he is going to be one of the cast members. There are going to be 10 survivors in this book that are hanging out with Heather Swain. In order to survive the wasps, in order to survive the hornets, check this out. You have to wear red. That is the first key. They can see you. They can see any other color, but they're slightly colorblind to the color red, so it puts them at a disadvantage. In order to go outside, in order to do anything, in order to move and scavenge from stores that are not covered by human flesh at this point, you understand what the wasps do, right? The hornets actually attack you. They turn your blood into honey over the course of 3 days, and when you die, because you no longer your heart is pumping honey, they come and they collect your body. They harvest the honey from your body to feed their young, and then they chew up your. They don't. They're good at recycling. These hornets are completely green. They're good at recycling. They chew up your bones and your skin, and they turn it into paper. And they use the paper mixed with their saliva. They use the paper. They dry it out. to paper over the city, to paper over the world, and create one giant hornet's nest. These things are multiplying faster than you can imagine. There are millions of them at this point. There are too many of them. And that is what human beings are used for. Now, the remaining human beings are being kind of, they don't realize it, but the hornets are treating them a little bit like livestock. But anyway, you wear red. You want them to survive. You want them to have kids, so that you can continue to feed your young. So human beings have become livestock to these intelligent hornets. Now, you can wear red. One thing you cannot do is ever get excited. Never get excited around the hornets because you're going to exhale carbon dioxide. You know how it is when you're running, when you're scared, you breathe hard. That smell intoxicates them. That smells delicious to them. The smell of carbon dioxide is delicious. And that means, hey, that's food down there. I can, harvest that human being, and they will usually call others in. And then anyone around you is also imperiled by that. So it's important that everybody kind of be zen at all times, unnaturally so. We're calm. Everything's great. Everything's good. Now, if you choose to buy in at the $3,500 tier, there are 6 slots available, 10 characters total, but 4 of them are already accounted for. You could be one of the 6 survivors, at which point I'm going to talk to you over the email. I'm going to find out what your name is. I'm going to get some photographs of you. Give me like 5 or 6 photos of you. Take them, take selfies. I'll ask for scared face, happy face, worried face, mean face, whatever it is. I'm going to ask for a bunch of different photos of you. You take selfies for me. Tell me your name. Tell me what it is that you used to do. In other words, the world ended in 1998. What are you doing right now? What's your job? Okay, whatever your job is, as long as it's not like what did they not have in 1998? That like they anyway, we'll find something. We'll make it work. So whatever you're doing now was your job in 1998. That was your life. That was your family before everything was taken from you by the giant hornets. Your likeness will be in this. We'll talk about what happens to you, whether you survive or whether you die in this book. It's possible that you're going to die, but it's going to make you immortal. Everybody's going to read you. You're going to be a real comic book character. And at the end of it, you're going to get a page of original art with your picture on it, with your likeness on it. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. And everybody's going to know who you are. And when you walk around a comic book convention, people will say, hey, you're Barb. You're Barb from Cyberfrog. That is the cool thing. That is absolutely the cool thing. Shock revelation, says Carl Mayer. EVS begs candids. Yeah, I do. Send me your photos. Yeah, I don't want nudes. It's not necessary. You will not be naked in this comic book. So those of you guys out there that are thinking, well, maybe I'll send Ethan over some nudes for my reference. Not even at $3,500 will that be acceptable. I mean, I appreciate your donation. Do not send nudes. Thank you. Yeah, so that's Cyberfrog right now. We'll get back to that in a second. This absolutely cracks me up. Look, birds of a feather flock together. All right. I mean, this is great. So we already talked about Chuck Wendig's temper tantrum, which is ongoing. He is very upset. He thinks that the reason why Star Wars is failing is because of white privileged males. It's bizarre. It's really, really weird. People who think like this, they will never make sense to me, or will they ever make sense? They don't make sense to normal people. They never will. You just kind of look at them and go, what? How can you stand? Remember that song, Hey Old Man? How can you stand to think that way? What is that? What song was that? I don't want to get on the piano. I'd work that song out. But anyway, yeah, how can you stand to think that way? How is that toxin? How does that toxin feel in your body? How does it feel to write this? You're a man. You're an adult. How does it feel to tweet this? How does it feel? Like, that's a punctuation. Trump. It's like it's a stupid utterance. It's a guttural, like it's not even a belch. It's so stupid. And then of course Kathy Griffin, disgraced comedian, obnoxious woman, whose career has been destroyed because she posted a series of photographs of herself. Bizarre. I mean, the weirdest photos I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know if you missed this, but she took pictures of herself holding a bloody severed head of the president of the United States. People write to me and say, Ethan, be careful when you use the phrase mentally ill, Be careful because it means something. It means something. I don't want you to just apply mental illness to anyone whom you disagree with. And I take that to heart. I read that and I go, "You're exactly right. I can't just call somebody mentally ill just because they're behaving in a way that I don't like or they believe things that I don't believe. That is not appropriate. However, the mental illness between these two, I'm sorry, I stand by it. I diagnose them. I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical doctor. But I do diagnose both of these people as profoundly mentally ill, and I'm so glad they found each other. Is Chuck Wendig married? Is Kathy Griffin heterosexual? I don't really know. But maybe these two people should find each other and enjoy one another's company. I mean, great thread. Great thread, Chuck Wendig. I loved it. I loved it when you spazzed out. I absolutely loved it when you totally acted like a freak and complained and whined because white males are ruining Star Wars. Now, I'm sorry, but that just doesn't seem. No, I'm not a doctor. Those of you who are saying you're not a doctor, if you came to me for medical advice and received some, those of you who came to me for open heart surgery and I performed it, understand that despite the fact that you're walking around today healthy and well, that was a happy accident. I didn't know what I was doing. I never went to medical school at all. I am not a doctor in any way. But I do know what I'm talking about. A little bit, just a little bit, and I will diagnose both of these people as mentally ill, just the same way I performed brain surgery on you, and it worked. Yeah, Dr. Van Skyver, can you identify this rash? Yes, that rash is SJW hatred, and it is all over the place. It is spreading. It actually spreads from person to person through touch or contact. It is absolutely ill. It's crazy. Holy old as EVS, says Evan Ray. Holy is right. I'm 43 years old, Evan. I'm an old man, okay? And I'm old enough to be a doctor and a very skilled one. But instead, I took all of my, medical talent and became a comic book artist, which is what I am right now, and also a talk show host. I'm a talk show host. Is that what I said that I was? Talk show? Radio talk? I don't know what I am. I have to think about it. What's Rush Limbaugh? What would you call Rush Limbaugh? Evan Ray says, "Snap, I'm 43 as well." Evan, we couldn't be brothers, but we could have been friends in school. Yeah, Bruce Hornsby in the Range, the way it is. Is that a good song? Uh, it's the earliest it's the earliest example of virtue signaling that I can recall from my childhood. That song, but it is yeah. I am the Phil Donahue of YouTube. I make everyone feel better, and that is a good thing. And okay, the next Rush Limbaugh, even better, even better. I do love all that. So this is good. Chuck Wendig. I mean, again, it's not. You can continue to believe the same things that you believe, and you will continue to fail. And these are the same people that say, "What do you call it when, what do you call it? What is it called when you continue to repeat the same things and get the same results? What is that called? Is that insanity? Is that the definition of insanity? It's not. It's being extremely stubborn. But I mean, if you want to call it insanity, then you've all diagnosed yourselves as mentally ill. I didn't have to do anything. This is ridiculous. Star Wars will fail again. It will fail again, Chuck. Your novels will fail. You are isolating yourself from your fans. Bring them over here. I'll take them. If there are any Chuck Wendig fans that don't like to be talked about or talked to this way, come over here. I'll happily sell you a copy of Cyberfrog, and I will listen to your comments with love and affection, even if you hate it. How could you hate it, though? How could you hate it? How could you possibly hate it? All right, let's read some super chats. That's what we do around here. We're gonna read some super chats. Those of you who don't know, there's a little dollar icon at the bottom of your screen. You can send special highlighted chats, comments at any price. It's like tipping your bartender, and I'm obligated to read them. I'm obligated to. It doesn't matter. You can. Somebody made me say the N word by splitting it into two different words, like the word knee, like your knee, and then gurs, like Gurz, and they got me to say the N word, kinda. I mean, knee. It's not. That's not. Yeah, that's not really the N word. So I didn't feel that. I was annoyed by it, but I wasn't like, wait a second, you've just made me say the N word. All right. But anyway, that kind of chicanery, that kind of silliness does happen around here. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for $4.99. I get paid on Friday, and it will be too late to get the 25. Wait, will it be too late to get the $25 package of Cyberfrog? Was a big comic buy in the 90s. You have re-piqued my interest in comics. Well, Nicholas, God bless you. No, absolutely not. This campaign is going on for another 14, it's 13 or 14 days. And let me check that real quick because that is something. By the way, if you haven't pledged in to Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the link is in the thread. You can absolutely do that right now. We have passed, let's see where we're at here. Look at this. 220. By the way, we're waiting for that $250,000 mark because once we get to 250,000, the great Kyle Ritter, who I introduced you guys to in another video, everyone said, "Can you get Kyle to make a little thank you video?" Yeah, I happily did so. I asked him if he would just say hello to you guys. He's busily working on Amphibionics #1 right now. This is actually, I guess he's doing some touch-ups in this video. If you haven't met Kyle yet, let me show you Kyle. He's super cool. He lives in Florida. All right, we got volume. All right, let's go. It's awesome. I love Kyle. Yeah, he's so excited about this. He's become a Cyberfrog fan. Crypto Fashion is sending him over a T-shirt for him and his son. He's getting a child-sized Cyberfrog T-shirt. I mean, honestly, he is he's second in command of Cyberfrog, and so absolutely, we are rocking and rolling. I'm proud to have him on board. Uh, you guys, it's really, really terrific. So, yeah, everybody's jealous of his equipment. Apparently, he's got a Syntac. I don't know what that is, but I guess that's good for coloring. He's coloring right on the screen. I didn't know that, but that was terrific. Doc S says, "I thought Andrea was second in command. No, she's my queen. I'm the king of. I'm the Frog King. She's the Frog Queen. Kyle would be. What would Kyle be? He wouldn't be Prince because he's not my son, but he would be. Uh, yeah, I'd have to think about what his first advisor. I don't know, but he's awesome, and he's really, really great. So, Kyle, once we get to let me get back to that. Once we get to $250,000, and we're gonna reach that easily. I woke up. I went to bed and it was like $215,000. I woke up and it was $222,000. That is incredible. We have 3,807 backers right now. That's a lot. I mean, that's an awful lot. This isn't just a comic book. Some people are out there saying, "Oh, well, that you just sold 3,800 comics." No, no, we just sold 3,807 high quality, expensive graphic novels. Now, what do graphic novels sell? A good graphic novel will sell 8,000 copies. I mean, that's Batman. That is Batman. Cyberfrog is only 2 weeks in. We've got 14 days left. If you haven't backed yet, if you're waiting on your paycheck, you're gonna have plenty of time. And I might leave the store open after this is done. I'm gonna copy what Diversity in Comics did. I think that he has kind of pioneered how to run a successful crowdfund. And the two of us together, we planned this for a long time. I mean, we talked, and I said, "Who wants to go first, you or me? Who's gonna go first?" And he's like, let me think about it. And he decided to go first. I don't know what was better, to go first or second. But he decided to go first with his campaign, and I was like, "I'll back you, and you'll back me." And he's like, "Absolutely." And let me tell you, this is how to sell comic books. This is absolutely how to get people excited about comic books in current year. In current year, and it is current year, isn't it? All right, let's see some more super chats, guys. You are terrific. Um, Semuli Olki, thank you for €5. Hello, EVS. Greetings from Finland. Glad to be a part of the ride. Any thoughts about the Captain Marvel movie? Let's get this thing over 30,000K by Friday. Woo! Woo, lad. That would be nice. How do I feel about? So you're not talking about Shazam. You're talking about the MCU, Marvel Comics, Captain Marvel movie. Well, I have to say, I'm open. I'm open to it because they've earned a lot of goodwill. The Marvel Comics movies have earned a ton of goodwill. Everything that they're doing is great. It's exciting. Do I think that it's going to be good? I worry about the actress. I wish the actress was hot. and she's not hot. She looks kind of like she's playing a like she's somebody that you would hire to sort of play the secretary love interest on an episode of The Office. Is that mean? I mean, I don't think she's astoundingly beautiful. Frumpy is good. Dopey, these are good words. I'd really like my heroes and heroines to be supernaturally beautiful. Dank Plank says I think she's pretty. Yeah, she is pretty, but she's not. Is she? Is she a movie star? You know what I mean? Does she belong on the silver screen portraying a superheroine? I don't know. I don't know. She's not leading lady material. I think that's an accurate assessment. But I mean, then again, there's a chance that this woman has a lot of charm and a lot of charisma, and that's going to bleed over on the screen. Just because she says that she doesn't care what white males think, as she's accepting, doing an interview. Well, that's not that charming. But we'll see. Maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, she's no Gal Gadot. How about that? Is she a Kathy Griffin though? And could Kathy Griffin be cast as Captain Marvel? Is that a possibility? I would like to see Kathy Griffin holding Thanos' severed head. Maybe not. I don't think I do want to see that. I don't want to. I don't want to see that. Um, yeah, I don't care what white males think. Should be a tagline for the promotional material. It says, my friend Porphyrogenitus, whose name I always have trouble with, but absolutely, that should be a tagline. And people are caring less and less what we think, which is interesting. I kind of care. I kind of care what white males think. I'm pretty sure that you guys probably buy about 60% of my books. It's just that's kind of that's my guess. I don't really know. We got a lot of women. We certainly have a lot of POC. I love POC. I love it. It just POC. It reminds me of a Michael Jackson song. What's that song? I wanna love you, POC. People of color. You need some love and PYT. Is that what it is? Yeah. POC are part of the solution. That is correct. That wasn't the 70% PYT. Good song, good song. We could actually rewrite that song. So let's get back to I always lose my train of thought because I go off on some tangent and start singing Michael Jackson songs, and that ruins everything. That really ruins everything. Um, Bear Under the Mountain asks, does great to hear Kyle will make it. Does Kyle have social media? I asked Kyle. Kyle said got really excited. Said, I'm going to get on Twitter. I said, oh my God, Kyle. I said, I'm recommending that you do not go on Twitter. I'm recommending that you don't go on Twitter because we've seen what happens to people who work with and for comic skaters. As I've said, I am comic skate. Okay, so we're no longer being wishy-washy about that. We are straight up comic skate, and thus being associated with me, even though it's going to make you fabulously wealthy and fabulously beloved by normies and normal people, will cause the weirdo blue-haired land whales and the little cuck men. Let's get the cuck up here. Let's get the soy boy behind the. Move this a little bit. There we go. You are going to be harassed by this guy who should be getting you your coffee. Instead, he's on social media trying to get you fired from your job. So I do recommend that people like Kyle Ritter stay away. They will not hesitate to make fun of him. They will not hesitate to threaten, belittle him. They will not hesitate. They will not hesitate to upset him and his family. And that is why I'm telling him, please stay off social media. Let's get through this book. I'll do the social media. You can come on here. I think it would be a good idea for Kyle to come on my show, and we can do a live stream. And you can see him. He'll sign. I don't know. He'll sign, but maybe we can get somebody behind him to sort of translate for him. I think that would be a good idea. And he can talk to you guys. You can ask him questions. We could totally make that work. But we want to avoid, we want to keep him away from women like this and men like this as much as possible. That is kind of, that's what Uncle Ethan is going to do. He's going to protect you from these people. Who is Kathy Griffin? Oh, well, we talked about that at the beginning of the show, Skillywood. And Kathy Griffin is the woman who beheaded the president of the United States, and that is, I think that's who she'll be remembered for. Hang on one second. Let me get a drink. And we're back. Glug 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 glug. I'm not doing that anymore. You guys have convinced me to mute my microphone when I need to take a drink. All I do is talk all day. My voice does get froggy. I like being froggy. I like that my voice is froggy. All right, let's go back to these super chats. You guys are terrific. Thank you so much for this. Um, let's see here. FN Craig. Is it FN Craig? Are you saying that you're FN Craig or are you FN Craig? Hi, Ethan. How do you feel about Doomsday Clock, my second favorite comic? And what things have you personally experienced that delays in releases? Um, oh, so is Doomsday Clock being delayed? All right, so that's definitely. All right, here's the thing. It could be either of them. Gary Frank is a slow artist, and Jeff Johns is a slow writer. That I've worked with Jeff Johns for many years, and there will be delays with Jeff Johns. I love him, but he will delay a comic book because he'll give you a few pages at a time. Rarely will he give you the whole script all at once, especially when you're in the middle of it. When you're in the middle of it, maybe the first two, three scripts, but that is probably what is delaying it. Jeff is probably busy doing other things, trying to get himself together in his new position, and that could definitely be a reason for one of the delays if that's what you're talking about. How do I feel about it? I'm not reading it. I'm not reading Doomsday Clock. I bought the first two just to look at the art. I honestly, guys, I couldn't care less about the Watchmen. The idea of bringing back the Watchmen to me is like, what the hell for? I don't care about any of these characters. But they're doing it. Obviously, it's selling really well. People are interested in the Watchmen. It's considered to be, one of the seminal works of comic book history. I really didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'll have unpopular opinions like that. I didn't enjoy it. Fine. Bring him back. It's gonna make money. But I have no interest at all. K Brady, thanks for $1.99. Yep, Bruce Hornsby, thank you for that. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for $4.99. Okay, so we talked about that. I'm glad that you're coming back to comics, Nicholas. I'm glad. You have plenty of time to back Cyberfrog. Smooth California Arcade, thank you for £2. I love this city. Well, we built it on rock and roll. So corny. How many more dad jokes are you guys going to tolerate out of me? How many more dad jokes are you going to allow me to just spew? I mean, at some point, you got to just be like, shut up, old man. We didn't build this city on rock and roll. We didn't. Yeah. Buzztron, thank you for $5. Phone call for, again, like, this is, see, look, he tried to trick me. Look at this. Phone call for Mike Hunt. But see, when you say it slowly, you don't say the bad word. I'll say it again. Phone call for Mike Hunt. See, I tricked you. You can't just post like phone call from Mike Hunt and then Cray Cray in real life, thank you for $4.99. How do I send a super chat? It looks like you just did it. Congratulations. Russell Brown, thank you for $4.99. 98. I was still in Korea working on helicopters for my other Uncle Sam. Hell yeah, Russell Brown. We love you. I'd love to know how someone could get out of Korea back to the United States of America. I would love to know too. That sounds interesting. The Outpatient, thank you for a Canadian $5. Can you get Kyle to do a vid coloring one page and describe how he approaches it? Let's see. Kyle talks with his hands, so I think it's going to be awkward to color while he's talking. But I can get him to absolutely make a video of him coloring a page. I think that would actually be pretty good. Flycatcher 8, thanks for $2. Got to the other entomologists in my lab got two other entomologists in my lab to back Cyberfrog. Well, hell yeah, you guys, I'm gonna need your back. I mean, you guys have to tell me some stuff about hornets, wasps, and bees. Now, here's the thing, Flycatcher A. These alien hornets, they are a combination. They are everything about bee. Everything about bees, hornets, wasps, things that look like that are all rolled up into these characters. So those people who say hornets don't make honey, well, these ones do. They're aliens. Any interesting kind of attributes about wasps, or hornets, or bees that might be kind of applied to horror, send me a little note. Maybe I find a use for it. A bear in Comic Cave. A bear's Comic Cave. Thank you for $4.99. Uncle Ethan, would you ever be up for giving art lessons for a certain amount a month? Love your vids. Keep it up. Thanks, a bear's Comic Cave. you know what? I would charge nothing except, I mean, look, that's what this channel started out as. It started out as art lessons. As I went along, I realized that, giving art lessons, people didn't really tune in. I mean, I'd have very few views. And my channel wasn't growing that way. I stuck around 4,000 subscribers, and I would sit there and spend all day. It takes a long time to give a single, like in order to show you how to do something, like make a 20-minute video about how to draw something. It takes a long time. So it didn't pan out. I would be, what I would do is I would turn on the camera while I was working on something and talk you through a live stream. Talk you through, what I was actually doing. Now, would it be applicable to anything that you were doing? That is the question. That's why I haven't really done that yet. Hey, we're drawing bees attacking humans right now. How does this apply to anything that you might want to, draw? It doesn't. It doesn't seem to translate well. However, people do seem to kind of tune in. I'll get about 400, 500 viewers when I do a silent drawing live stream in which I turn the microphone off and just let you watch what I'm doing. We'll do more of those. We'll do more of those. It's all about just finding the most successful way to keep this channel going and to entertain people and give them the content that they want. And that is a continual process that I fine tune every single day. Well hung and dung, thank you for £2. Kyle is your hand to the king. Oh, perfect. A la Game of Thrones. Kyle is hand to the Frog King. Hand to the Frog King. And I'm afraid Kyle has actual thumbs. I know that you guys, again, these do not look like toes to me at all. These are not, these are not toe thumbs. But Kyle's thumbs, I think, look different than mine. Midnight Cherry TV, thank you for $5. I am a Trump hater, and I cringe at times. But Tim and others are scum. I've seen 90% of your vids. You're a good person and a true entertainer, a rarity. Thank you, Midnight Cherry TV. Now, you guys may not have seen this, but this is really, really upsetting. And I don't do this. I don't come out and do this. That's not what my Twitter is for. My Twitter is to thank my fans. My Twitter is to promote my comics, my t-shirts, my YouTube. It's to just kind of keep in touch with you guys, right? I don't do activism. I don't sit there and talk about, drama on YouTube. That's just not what this is for. And yet today I kind of feel like I had to, because Elizabeth Breitweiser, who is Mitch Breitweiser's wife, and an absolutely beautiful woman, I mean, you can look at her there, is being harassed by Tim Doyle. Harassed to the point where she has had to beg him to stop now. Look at this. Tim Doyle, please leave us alone. In no small part due to your actions here and on Facebook, Mitch and I have been harassed, threatened, libeled, and bullied in this industry for almost 2 years. It has been truly awful. You don't know my politics because I've never shared them, but you've still, and I don't even know what the rest of this is. This is just a clip that someone took. I can't bear to read this. I can't bear to read this. I can't bear it. Those of you who care about this kind of a thing, there's nothing you can do. People are like, oh, well, I want to punch him in the... Well, listen, we don't want violence around here. That's not what we do. But we do have to protect people. I'm bearing up under this idiot's abuse myself. What I recommend that you do is find Tim Doyle's social media and report it. All of you report it. There are 1,348 people here. Go to his Twitter, report his Twitter. Go to his Facebook, report his Facebook. We cannot allow hatred of this nature. What is the hatred for? Because Elizabeth Breitweiser might have voted for Donald Trump, and her husband definitely did. Yeah, this can't be tolerated, and good people like you should actually stand up and do what you do. Do what they do. Adopt their tactics. Go ahead. Go to Twitter. Mass report his Twitter. All of you. Mass report it. Get it taken down. If he is incapable of using social media in a positive and constructive way, he needs to be deplatformed. Okay? And that's it. I would worry about his Facebook. I would worry about his Twitter until he can stop making women cry. And by the way, it works. Here, somebody sent me this. They said, hey, by the way, I reported Tim Doyle, and Twitter did agree. His account violated Twitter rules. So Twitter just needs to hear this more than once. No deplatforming, no. Until somebody actually can use their social media to not harass women, deplatform. I'm sorry. That is, you can say what you want to say. You can be anti-Trump. You can be an SJW on Twitter, but leave people alone. For goodness sakes, leave people alone. All anybody asks for is common decency. So I would do that. I do recommend. I think that's justice. I think that's kindness, and I think it's a good way to teach him and people like him a lesson. Go ahead and mass report, and take care of his Facebook as well. And when it's time for him to come back, maybe he'll keep this to himself. Those of you saying I don't use Twitter, it's a good time to start a Twitter account. It's a good time to start a Twitter account. Oh, it's infuriating. Poor Elizabeth. Please leave me alone. I mean, she's a fantastic colorist. She's a fantastic colorist who's being bullied by this guy. This is the guy who dug into my personal details. This is a guy who told people about the fact that I had to walk away, a strategic, what they call a strategic default on my house so that I could move close to be with Andrea during her pregnancy that didn't work out. Yeah, this is a bad guy. This is a really bad guy, and it's not about politics. To him, it is. I mean, that's all it's about. It's not about politics. It's about hurting people that he disagrees with from a safe place, and that is because we're good people who don't do this. We don't try to deplatform people. That's not what we do ordinarily. That's not what we do. This time, I think we need to. This time, I think we do need to do that, just to protect people, make it safe. Comics need to be safe. You're not going to see me going around attacking people I don't like or disagree with around here. I'm going to do some mild criticism. Have to make fun of Chuck Wendig a little bit because of this nonsense, and he is a comic creator and a Star Wars fan. You're not going to see me attacking him endlessly day and night. It's ridiculous. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to do that. It's sick. And by the way, Tim Doyle looks exactly like that, except fatter. All right, let's see. It's no coincidence. I mean, I'm always right about this kind of a thing. So thank you, Midnight Cherry TV. As a Trump hater, Tim is scum, and you're exactly right. The Outpatient, thank you for Canadian $2. Kyle is Salacious Crumb to your Jabba. Don't wait a second here. Now come on now. Killer Carl Krupp, thank you for Canadian $5. Chuck Wendig makes pointless characters, doesn't push the story forward, and just jumps to the conclusion after dragging it out. I've never read one of his books. I only read a page of it to you guys, and it was enough for me. It was silly. I couldn't read 300 pages of that. I just couldn't. Cray Cray in real life. Thank you for $4.99. Bree was referring to the critics that didn't like Wrinkle in Time, not fans. Why didn't she say that? I don't understand. Let me know. Give me some context. Context matters in a way, but it is kind of weird when you bring race into it, isn't it? Is it not? When it's like, hey, it's the white men that are doing this. We don't care what they say about A Wrinkle in Time. All right, let's see. Smooth California Arcade, thank you for £5. Will you ever do a crossover with Razor Fist and or Sticks Hexenhammer 666? I don't think the collab with Disney Critics is going to happen anytime soon. No, I know, and I offered. I think he'll come around and see the light. People, look, what am I talking about? I don't want to do a crossover with him. I like Sticks Hexenhammer 666. I do watch his show sometimes. Razor Fist is good. I don't know. This is what the High Council is for. High Council is for this kind of a thing. We're going to get together, and it's me and it's Jeff from World Class Bullshitters, and it is Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I always get them like I'm afraid I'm going to mix them up, like Jeff and Jeremy, and I'm afraid I'm going to put them in the wrong title here. But no, it's the three of us, and then we're going to actually get a fourth every now and then, and maybe a fifth. I feel like having a fifth, honestly. Bring them on. So, Sticks Hexenhammer would be great. I don't know him personally. Razor Fist, I think they seem to know him, so it's possible. Dank Plank, thanks for $2. I'm from Oklahoma. We don't have land whales here. Yeah, I know you're in a landlocked state, but it doesn't matter because they've grown legs. You're looking at evolution. Captain Klutz, thank you for Norwegian $20. I ate whale once. How was it? I did too, but I didn't realize it because the lights were off and I just met her. Psychotic Cognition 100, thanks for $5. Hey, Uncle Ethan, I want to make my own comics. Thoughts on how to draw the Marvel Comics way as a resource? P.S. I back Cyberfrog. I can't wait. Hey, that's great. That's really cool. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, thoughts. Marvel Comics put out this book called How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way back in the 1970s, and I think it was the 70s, and it was done by John Buscema, and it was really great, really, really good, a valuable resource. Mostly what I learned from it is how to throw together a figure using shapes, but the other thing that I learned from it is that how to choose an angle to make characters look the most powerful. It is a valuable resource, and I do think that you should read it. Even though drawing that way might not make you commercially viable today, so you don't want to copy John Buscema. What you want to do is learn from his attitudes and the way that he the way that he thinks through his drawings. And thank you for backing Cyberfrog. Thank you. Alex G, thanks for $2. Thoughts on Hugh? You can't fool me, Alex G. You can't. I'm gonna say it slowly. Thoughts on Hugh Jass getting into comics? Well, there are plenty of them, honestly. Frankly, most of them are Hugh Jasses. Julian Cumbia, thank you for $2. Good morning, Ethan. How is Cyberfrog doing? He's doing good. He's doing pretty good, and I thank you for asking. Let's see. Somebody in the chat says, "Can I donate $2,500 and have Cecil be devoured instead?" I would do that for free. I would do that for free. Skid Racket, thank you for $2. Any update on Poster? Let us buy it, please. Yes. In fact, okay. So that was a little bit of a problem. Like I sent the high res file over to CryptoFashion. CryptoFashion does posters and they do they do T-shirts. So they were able to do it. They looked at it and they said, look, the file, it's just not the right size for, and I tuned out. I went, oh no, I'm gonna have to go back to Kyle and have him kind of add more sky or something like that just to build up the top of it so it's poster shaped. He said, it's for 11 by 17. We can't. And I went, 11 by 17? That's not big enough. I want a poster. I want something big. I don't want a little print. I said, no. And he said, but it is the right size for it. And he said 38 by like 42 or something like that. And I said, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what we want. We do want a gigantic poster, 38 inches tall. So he said, great. And that's what they're doing. It's going to take, I'll push him on it. I'll push Crypto Fashion on it. I will have the link to be able to buy the fist bump poster. The fist bump poster. Where is that here? Oh my gosh, look at this. Trent Kanuga, Cyberfrog, and Salamandroid together. How do you like that? He drew this back in '98. Honestly, he kind of copied, the Salamandroid from me. But look at Cyberfrog riding his back. They're to a different scale at this point. Cyberfrog's much smaller than Salamandroid is, much smaller than that. But I found that and I absolutely loved it. So I wanted to show you. Here we go. This is what the poster is going to be right here. Okay, so Salamandroid, he's got bees on him. He's holding a bee. Fist bump Cyberfrog. We're going to make an enormous poster of this. Absolutely enormous poster. It's going to be a wall poster. It's going to be like something that you would have hung on your wall in high school. A heavy metal poster. It's going to be totally badass. I don't know how much it's going to cost. He said it's going to be more expensive than the 11 by 17 print. I said, well, yes. I think they know that. I hope that we can keep the price down to something reasonable. If he says, oh, it's going to be $80 a piece I'm going to say, I don't know about that. But if we can keep it at around between $20 and $40, I'm going to offer it to you guys. And I think that'd be a pretty neat thing. I would just like it to be on that poster paper. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know yet. But anyway, it is in progress. It is happening. So good news about that. Grand Inquisitor, thanks for $10. Much love to you, Uncle E. I fervently hope Tim Doyle's anus sprouts taste bud. Oh, so in other words, he would have to eat. I got it. Have you seen Misanthro Pony's take on The Last Jedi? It is friggin' spot on. Y'all need to invite him on the High Council. MAGA 2020. Hell yeah, MAGA 2020. Blah, 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 blah. No, I haven't seen it. I don't have time to watch other people's videos except for my friends. Like I'll watch Diversity in Comics. I'll watch Captain Cummings. I watch Bearing. and the quartering. But other than that, I haven't really branched out too much. So maybe I should. Kendall Navstar, how are you, my friend? Thanks for $2. Red shirts usually die first. Gene Roddenberry. I know it's the reverse of that, though. It's the reverse of that in Cyberfrog. Isn't that weird? But you put red makeup on your face too. Like you want to be completely red. You're actually going out there looking like some kind of cross between like, Little Red Riding Hood and you have war paint on your face. I mean, it's really it's strange, but that's how you survive, and that's how these people learn to survive for 20 years under these circumstances. Wasp, alien hornet occupation. Um, by the way, the fourth issue of Cyberfrog is going to be called The Green Supremacy. The Green Supremacy. I've finalized that name. You know what? So much of this, like, you're a white supremacist thing, has been so toxic in my life that I've decided to utterly just take that on. So it is going to be called The Green Supremacy. I think it's a great title, and I think it represents victory. So yeah, Green Supremacy. Yeah. And I don't know. Somebody said you need to credit the viewer who suggested that. I don't remember a viewer suggesting that. I actually said that to myself once, but if another viewer came up with it, I will. I would definitely credit you guys all the time for always giving me good ideas. Always giving me good ideas. But yeah, so there will be Cyberfrog will rise up against the Hornets. It is called The Green Supremacy. I hope you like that title. So far, it's going to be Blood Honey. That's book one. Then we're going to go and do a Rainbow Brute one shot. And if you like the Rainbow Brute one shot, we can do another one. But right now we're just planning on one. Cyberfrog was always meant to be four. So part one is Blood Honey. Then we have Rainbow Brute. Then we have Cyberfrog 2, which is called Wrecked, Rekt, Planet, Wrecked Planet. Issue 4 is called Grassroots, and then issue 3 is Grassroots. Issue 4 is The Green Supremacy. Okay, so I hope you're excited about those. It's just gonna be so cool. It's just gonna be so cool. Let me see. Back up, back up, back up. They keep doing this to me. I lose my place. Grand Inquisitor, thanks for $2. Uncle E gonna drop the most fire album of 2019 on y'all. I'm going to. I don't think it would be fire. I think it would be sarcastic, easy listening. I see myself as a light rock, soft rock, adult contemporary rock pig. Like I would be. I've said this before. I want to be Michael. Who's that guy? Who's like how am I supposed to live without you? And he's balding, but he's got long hair. What's that guy's name? Michael something. This always happens to me lately. Michael Bolton. Oh yeah, so I'm Michael Bolton crossed with Axl Rose. Like that's who I am. The music that I make is like Michael Bolton, but then my behavior is like Axl Rose. That's how I see myself. That's how I see myself, and that is my music career. Like I will, I make elevator music, but I smash up hotel rooms. If that makes sense to you guys. Somebody says it's cock rock. No, I think it's cuck rock. I think it would be cuck rock is better. So yeah, Ethan Van Manilow. That's a possibility. No, Steel Panther makes metal. I love Steel Panther, but they make metal. I make elevator music. Do you understand? I mean, I make cheesy stuff, but again, it's all about the attitude that you put out there. That's what it is. Dinner Mints, thank you for $5. Hey, Uncle Ethan. I work for this website, Tales of the Con, and I will be supporting Cyberfrog, so Alex the Human can do a review for it. Hey, cool. I would like that. I would like to have reviews done of Cyberfrog when it comes out. And, Adversity, thanks for $5. Wanted to make sure you knew that you already passed Jawbreaker's 30-day total at 193K and will surpass the 3,867% percentage at 310K. So I need to get to $310,000. Well, I don't, we'll see. I want to get to 250. That's urgent. 250 is urgent at this point because I do want Kyle to get his 10 grand. That is important. I would love to I want to hand him a big fat check cut from my LLC. I think he'd be pretty excited about it. But I think we're gonna get to 250K. If we were to get to 310K, I don't know what I would do. flip out. It'd be awesome. And you guys are making it happen. It's not me. There's nothing I can do but just keep telling people about it. I just keep talking about the campaign, talking about Cyberfrog, talking about what it means, talking about what the story is, and hoping that people come on board. And they are coming on board. They are coming on board. Hi, Cecil. Thanks for $2. Asking all, should I crowdfund 3,500 for Cyberfrog? Cecil wants to know if he should raise $3,500 so that he could give it to Cyberfrog, so that he could be a character in Cyberfrog, and that is an option to you. That is an option. 1099 him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Definitely. Listen, yeah, we've got that all taken care of. Andrea is a bank manager, so yeah, I mean she's gonna basically take care of that, and you better believe it. Adversity, thank you for $5. Also, could you do a full Rose Tico rendition of Toto's Rosanna on the keyboard? Uh, yeah, yeah. Heisenberg, thank you. I don't know. I mean, I have to learn how. Thanks for $2. I want the Cyberfrog poster. Well, I hope you get one. I'll make it available as soon as possible. I will make a big deal about it. I will advertise it. We're gonna do great. We're gonna do great. Okay. And make sure that all this stuff. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to say is I put another. Even everyone told me not to. I'm doing one more, okay? Because it's a good idea. At $275,000, you are going to get a really nice shiny bookmark with Cyberfrog and Salamandroid in it. Okay, that is the so everybody gets one. If you got in at the $25 level, you're gonna get a free bookmark now, because the idea is, yeah, you want to encourage reading. You want to encourage reading bigger comics. I want this bookmark to be in the books. You take your time. It's gonna be 48 pages plus a 16-page. Actually two. No, wait. The first thing is 48 pages. Then you're gonna get the Cyberfrog 1998 comic book. That is going to be 16 pages of new story, original story, and then you are going to get Cyberfrog Amphibionics. We passed that. We earned that. So here's Kyle. Let's see. He is okay. So Kyle has gone through, and I'll just show you this real quick. This might be of interest to you guys. Oops, sorry, soy boy. Kyle has gone through and he's cleaned up. This is the entire issue of Amphibionics. He's cleaned it up. He's fixed it. He's made it ready for color. And there it all is. He's turning this into a comic book right now. He's coloring it. This is 20 pages of story and art. This is my favorite page right here. Right here. This is when Cyberfrog's like, how do I get this? This is such a weird book. Yeah, how do I get this nun? This is like a werewolf nun. A werebat nun that got stuck on his shoulder blades. How do I get it off? And then the two of them, they have this kind of like spy versus spy adventure on removing. She blows Cyberfrog up with dynamite. That doesn't work. Little tiny adventure on how to get this out. And Cyberfrog, of course, loses his temper. Look at him flipping out. He's like, get this thing off of me. And Heather's like, yo. And of course, Heather's like, hey, you can't talk to me like that. And he cools off. And she yells at him again, has another idea. And then boom, I'll be right back. And she comes in. Cyberfrog's waiting. Comes in with a chainsaw, and that is all you can do. That's like, yeah, it is. By the way, this is just a JPEG. This is a JPEG. So you're looking at a JPEG. It is crystal clear. All right, he's just showing me that he fixed all the pages. So that's the whole book. That is the whole book put together. But each page, of course, is crystal clear. It's absolutely beautiful. The comic book itself is going to be remarkable. I shouldn't have zoomed in. I gave you guys the wrong impression there. But I really love that page. That was funny. And that's the way Cyberfrog used to be. Like, I would just spin off and do all kinds of silliness if I wanted to. It was ultimately creative. The other thing that I could do, I mean, if we get crazy, if we got to like $400,000, like something ridiculous, I could actually upgrade Amphibionics 1 to include Amphibionics number 2 and just do a gigantic ash can with like 40 pages in it of Amphibionics 1, Amphibionics number 2 in color. But in any case, we might not get there. We're probably not going to get there. But $250,000, Kyle Ritter is going to receive a bonus of $10,000. And at 25 or 275, I can't even say these numbers, $275,000, everyone is going to get a bookmark. Everyone. Doesn't matter at what level you backed, you're going to get a bookmark. So that is That is a cool thing. I hope you guys are excited. I think we're going to get to 275 too. I do. I feel it. It's pretty exciting. All right, let's see. Where did we leave off? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Okay. Somebody, James Dietrich, thanks for $2. A frog cop, a frogpolix. Oh, wait, apocalypse, a frogcalypse. That's hard to say. A frogcalypse. I don't know if that's. Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. That's what the green supremacy would be. Pristine Texas, thanks for $2. Read the regular chat. My post, read your social blade. What about my social blade? Nah, nah, nah. Is my social? Oh, social blade has to do with social blade has to do with your YouTube. Is my social blade okay? I don't know. I hope it's okay. People told me it was pretty good. Uh, yeah. If you want to find out like how much money I earn from YouTube, they make that public, I believe. I see. Okay, it comes up as Fascist Frog in the browser tab. That's correct. The name of my channel was Fascist Frog. It was named after Cyberfrog. So that's reality. We've talked about that, and I don't really. You don't like it. You don't have to like it. It's wonderful. Justin Kelly, thanks for $4.99. Cyberfrog emoji sticker pack for iPhone messages, easy to make and sell through the app. That would be good. I would like to do stickers. I just don't know how much more I can do, how many more things that I can do. We're going to have to print all this stuff and get it all packed and ready and shipped out to you guys all in a month. And it's going to be crazy. Bear's Comic Cave, thanks for $9.99. Hey, again, Uncle A, can I email or DM about my art? I want to learn and we'll work hard. I'd like to ask more, but I have to go to work and my wife is going to kill me for these super chats, lol. Well, don't send any super chats if your wife's going to kill you. Feel free to email me at Ethan, ETHAN12032 at gmail.com. You can email me some artwork. Or you can just DM it to me at Twitter. I am at Ethan Van Sciver. And yeah, I'll look it over and I'll give you some remarks. Smooth California Arcade, thanks for another £2. Favorite episode of Batman the Animated Series? It was the last season where they had the new redesigns of Batgirl. Batgirl was in it, and she was It was a Christmas episode. I have it up there. I have the whole thing. It was a Christmas episode. Was it Clayface? Batgirl and Poison Ivy versus Clayface. I'm almost sure that's what it was. I loved it. I bought all the toys after that. The Dallas Deadeye, thanks for $5. Will the fourth installment of Cyberfrog be the Queen boss battle? Well, you would think so. You would think so. Aaron James Music says, Ethan, you're looking absolutely massive, my fiend. Well, look, all right. I had donuts yesterday. I did. I admit it. I had a donut. I had 2 donuts. So I guess that's why I look massive. Yeah, the books will be bagged and boarded. Absolutely. Somebody said, Damp Stew says, looking forward to hours and hours of you live streaming signing books. That is what's going to happen, I'm afraid. I'm going to be signing all the books. I think I can sign all the books in 2 days. And then Andrea was like, are we going to hire help? No, we're not going to hire help. She's like, how are we going to do this? I was like, we're going to do every day for 1 month. We are going to get up and we are going to we're going to pack up at least 100 copies each. 100 copies each, 100 orders each are going to be hand packed and shipped by us. We're going to drive the post office crazy, but we're going to get like one of those little postage weigh machines, and we're going to do it. We are absolutely going to do it, and we're going to. This is the thing. I'm like, you have to understand that we are starting a little business here, and we need to start it this way. You don't start a business without using your hands. You have to get your hands dirty. So we're going to be with this process all during the creation of Cyberfrog, the color, the letters, all of that, the printing, all of the extra items. We're going to be there for the printing. And then we are going to, by hand, pack all of these things up, 100 orders a piece per day. It's going to take 1 month of our lives to get all this stuff shipped out to everyone and fulfill this Kickstarter like champs. And the minute that's done, we are launching Rainbow Brute. And we're going to do it all over again. And that is what we're going to do. Let's see. A lot of people are asking for, let's see, hang on a second, all right. Outpatient, thanks for Canadian $20. And your image is Meatloaf. Fred Horkhole, thank you for $2. Ethan, will survivors make it into future books? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. There will be. It's like Walking Dead, essentially. You'd be like a kind of C-level cast member of The Walking Dead. Cyberfrog is A, Heather Swain and her son are B, and then you would be kind of around them, and you would have a personality. People would know about you. Nicholas Glenn, thanks for $4.99. Since Kyle is going to have to pay taxes on that $10,000 check, you should send him a check so that after taxes he gets $10,000 in his pocket. Great work on CF. Oh, so I have to pay his taxes. Wait a second. That's not how things work. No, he's going to be fine. Guys, you have to understand something. Kyle is going to be coloring now because of you guys. Kyle, first of all, Kyle's page rate is huge. It's already huge. It's more than colorists get at Marvel or DC. Kyle is going to get to color 48 pages of Blood Honey times that rate. Kyle is going to get to color 16 pages of 1998 at that rate. Kyle is going to be able to color, and he is currently coloring 21 pages of Cyberfrog Amphibionics at that rate. Kyle is going to be a wealthy man. He's going to be a wealthy man. He's got plenty of work. We don't have to worry about this $10,000 being the $10,000 is just an extra thing. It's just an extra thing. He is going to be rolling in it by the end of this, rolling in it. So he is going to have to pay taxes, and so are we. There, people who are looking at this amount, it's like they could take 30% of it off the top. Forget it. Not only that, but it's like Indiegogo takes a cut, the credit card company takes its cut. It gets whittled down pretty quickly. It's pretty demoralizing. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for $4.99. I already answered that. Okay, so F and Craig, thanks for $5. If I do the $75 perk, would I get 2 times amphibionics, or should I do the $50 perk twice? You will get. Let's put it this way. It's easy to kind of comprehend this. Like for every 1998 zine that you or ash can that you get. So for every ash can that you that's in your perk, that's in your tier, you're going to get 1 copy of Amphibionics #1. Okay, does that make sense? So if you have a tier where you're getting 1 copy of 1998, you are going to receive 1 copy of Amphibionics. If you ordered 4 copies of the book and of 1998, you will receive 4 copies of Amphibionics. You'll also receive 4 sets of 2 trading cards, and you will receive 4 bookmarks. All right. Let's see. So that's the key to it. Just look at how many ash cans that you have ordered. Michael Rodriguez, thanks for $5. Ever read Steve Purcell's Sam and Max? Yeah, or played the LucasArts PC game Sam and Max Hit the Road? I owned it and I loved Sam and Max. Loved it. It was a dog detective and a little bunny. And Johnny Utah, thank you for $5. I just reported Cuck Doyle to Twitter. He will rue the day he angered the fandom menace. Thank you for doing that. Thank you on behalf of Elizabeth Brightweiser. Okay. Justin Kelly, thanks for $4.99. Can your printer make Kyle a big Ed McMahon sized check? Let's not. let's do this with dignity. I mean, yeah, this is just a payday for him, and he's going to color Rainbow Brood after this. So that's the other thing. We're going to be doing this. We'll get this out, and then Kyle is immediately going to get shipped on to do the Rainbow Brute Kickstarter. We'll have this. Hopefully, Rainbow Brute. Andrea says Rainbow Brute isn't going to do as well as Cyberfrog. I think it's going to do better. I think Rainbow Brute is going to do better than Cyberfrog. She's like, I don't know. I think so. I think it is. So Kyle will get paid to do that as well. Fox Drake, thanks for $2. Poster, please at 300K, else how much? Okay, no, we're not going to do. See, the thing about that is that it's all coming from Crypto Fashion. We have a separate deal with them, a royalty structure with Crypto Fashion. So when it comes to T-shirts and posters, they're going to produce those, and you can order straight from them, just straight from them. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I will let you know ASAP. As soon as they give me the price, they're going to put an ad up. I will let you know how much the posters cost, and you can order straight from them. The good news is that means that you can order a poster without even backing the campaign if you don't want to do so. And also you do not have to change anything, any of your current pledge. You can just go ahead and buy this poster. Yeah, I don't like the idea of intermingling our two businesses. That's just not, it's too confusing. We want to keep this pretty straight. Let's see. Spider-Man, not Bug Boy Marici. Ethan, is Salamandroid's last name Ortiz? No, his last name is Ron. I guess it's Rhan, which is weird because that means frog. But that is his last name. We don't know what his first name is. You're gonna get that revealed. Matthew Manahan, thanks for $5. Uncle E, do you use Instagram much? It might help with your campaign to get some Cyberfrog content over there. Follow me at the All Steel Bicycle. I have two Instagram campaigns or two Instagram pages. I never use them. I never got the hang of it. I just don't use it. I don't use it. My son was running it for me for a little while. He'd say, Dad, what do you have for your Instagram? And I'd give him a picture of me, or I'd give him a drawing, and he'd post it and pretend he was me. I don't really. He's at college, so I don't do that anymore. And currently, I am running all of my own social media. So when you talk to me on Twitter, that's me. Sean Patrick, thanks for $2. Happy early Father's Day to all the bros out there. Absolutely, thank you. Happy Father's Day to you guys. We have the most important job in the world. Josh, the amazing animator, thank you for Canadian $5. Rainbow Brute is going to do just as good, if not better, than Cyberfrog. That's what I feel too. That's how I feel. I really feel like Rainbow Brute is going to take off and people are going to love it. So thank you guys for all the super chats. This is pretty great. Will Cyberfrog visit Kekistan? I only vaguely know what Kekistan is. It has something to do with Pepe the Frog, who I love. I don't know. I don't know. Futurama went downhill when Gore's daughter got involved. Al Gore's daughter does Futurama? Peter Gilmore says, Instagram is useless unless you have TNI. Yeah, you need to be a model. You need to be a girl. Join 2016 at least, says the Fire Dragon. Like what? What do you mean? Kekistan meme is dead. EVS, you need to talk to Sargon. He'll give you the skinny on Kekistanis. Well, Fedorable the Horrible, I will say this. I know Sargon of Akkad. Like, I know who he is. And we have mutual friends. Okay. And so I said to these mutual friends, like, is there any way, like, Sargon of Akkad might want to come on my show or me come on his to help me promote what's going on with my Indiegogo? And then we'll talk about Comicsgate. And they said, oh, yeah, we'll ask him. And they came back and they're like, Sargon said, who the fuck is Ethan Van Sciver? I was like, oh my God. Yeah, well, maybe not. People Circus, thanks for £2. Ethan, my pay nurse is wrecked. Nearly 223K now. Really? Oh, what's pay nurse? That is awesome. Let me check on that here. I don't know what's going on. Let's talk to you guys. I'm not following the. Oh wait, is the camp? No, that's not. Those are my photographs. All right, let's take a look and see where we're at. You guys are just doing awesome. You're killing it. Yeah, we are. Look at this. We're at $222,774. All we need to do is I would like to get to 225 today. By the end of the day, I'd like to get to 225. That is my goal today. I will talk my face off, and I will come back and do another live stream. Yeah, Sargon was like, who the fuck is he? Well, he said that to his friends. He didn't say it publicly, but he just doesn't know who I am. And I think Sargon's in a bad mood lately. I don't know. EVS, I'm going to get a rad Cyberfrog tattoo. I'll show you when it's done. Thanks, Shant. Do it. Yeah, let me see what it looks like. Let's see. Marjorie Davis, Sargon bitched out on Tommy. I saw him do that. He was afraid. Look, when you're a revolutionary, when you're into politics the way that he is, I mean, it is scary. There are consequences, and he was worried for his family. How sad is that? What is England doing? What's going on in the UK that somebody can be arrested like that, and then people are afraid to speak out against it lest they face consequences too. Like in the United States, you could sit here and say, "Hey, I think Bill Cosby got a raw deal." I mean, you could say whatever who's in jail, who's going to. You could say anything, and you're safe if you want. The only thing you're not safe from is criticism from your peers. But you don't go to jail for talking. You can say whatever rubbish you want to say. Rabbit Jawa, thanks for £2. I just farted like really bad. Hashtag black egg. Well, I appreciate you letting everyone know. And thanks for £2 to say that. Yeah, if you don't know EVS, you don't know Jack, says Cray Cray in real life. Absolutely true. By the way, see that? I do read your super chats. I do read them no matter what. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. Frog Fun Family Pack, $200. That is the best deal. That's the best deal. But yeah, we're almost there. Let's see if we sold another book. I like seeing if we sold other books. We did. We sold another book. Awesomeness. Yeah, we're just $291 away from making this number flip. I want to see that 223, and then I think that we can do it. The UK is screwed, unfortunately. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't. Again, I'm shocked by that. It's like you think that the world has, everyone has American values, at least in the free world. But the free world isn't the free world so much anymore, is it? It's getting. I mean, I find that spooky. I just find it really scary that you can be jailed for saying something, for saying anything, for saying anything. That shouldn't for politics. And that the United States. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. Where people are starting to say, yeah, but do you really have the right to say things that can hurt someone else's feelings? Edwin DeWard, thank you, or Erwin DeWard, thank you for €2. Backed you from Holland to battle SJW disease globally. Well, we need you over there, fellow Dutchman. I am Dutch American. I'm going to call myself Dutch American from now on. I am originally from Holland. That makes me Dutch American. All Dutch people that I've ever met kind of look like me, except better looking. And I am Dutch American. Yeah. American values stem from European liberalism. It was not created out of thin air. I know that, but what is going on? What is going on? Fire Dragon says I look Welsh. Do I really? That's if you live in the UK. Is that kind of an insult? I know the British make fun of the Welsh because they only have half of the letters in the alphabet that the rest of us do. I don't know. I like the Welsh. I like Catatonia. Remember that band Catatonia? Karis Matthews. I like that band. Yeah, I do miss. What else? Manic Street Preachers are Welsh. Uh, the Welsh are British. All right, so right. So what is the word? So that's hard to. Well, Americans have trouble with British, UK, etc. They don't understand the differentiation of those terms. We all make fun of the Welsh in good fun. We're all in the British Isles. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Welsh is Celtic. Yeah, Catatonia was great. Well, they're spelled with a C. Catatonia. And Karis did have a. Is it pronounced Karis or Saris? I never knew. Is it Karis with a hard K? I probably have only 3 people in here that even know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Suigon of Cuckod. No, no, no. Hard K, Karis. I was pronouncing it right. I thought so. I thought so. But you guys have all that stuff on TV. You guys can turn on the TV and see the Manic Street Preachers performing on like a late show. We don't get that stuff. It's like I had to import all my British music. I used to buy CDs like crazy. I was really into, and I still am into Manic Street Preachers, Beautiful South. I love the Beautiful South. I love the Beautiful South. And Catatonia definitely. All this stuff from like the late 90s was just totally awesome. Suede, the London, well, here they're called the London Suede. But Suede, I love Suede. Awesome. Yeah, it's from 1999. It's just late, All right, let me play some. It's time to go to the piano. So you guys, we're gonna we end this show usually with the piano, and then from there, I guess I'll see you tonight at 9. I'm gonna try to get another recorded video up. Oh, people love Catatonia. All right, yeah. I wish I could get Medicare on. I was lucky to be on the same stream as Medicare. I really was. That was just a happy kind of circumstance. I don't really know him. I don't know Medicare. Here's some Beautiful South. you like that? I love that. I just absolutely miss the beautiful South. My bomb shelter is pretty nice. I took Dwight Eisenhower's advice. It's full of things I like. A stationary bike, powdered milk, some gyms and rice. It's not as if I asked my spouse to excavate beneath our house. She told me it was silly. She said, now come on, really. There's only so much she allows. And it's a shame, cause when the bombs are exploding, you'll all be freeloading, but I'm prepared, you see. With a mushroom up blooming, there's just enough for my bomb shelter, from me and maybe my cat. What do you think of that? My bomb shelter has bonsai trees, a generator with DVDs, but it's only one man sized, so while you're vaporized, I'll enjoy its amenities. My bomb shelter is mine, all mine, so I don't want to hear you whine. It won't seem so dumb when the zombies come and I'm watching what's my line. Let's see if you're cocky when it's Nagasaki outside in your little town. You'll absorb radiation while I'm on vacation 25 feet underground. You'll be drinking milk. My pajamas made of silk. My bomb shelter is pretty nice. You should take Lyndon Baines Johnson's advice. If you need a friend, don't look to a stranger. You know in the end, I'll always be there. And when you're in doubt, and when you're in danger, take a look all around. I'll be there. Yeah. I love singing to you guys. It's funny. I love that song until you sang it. Don't try to compare us to another bad little fag, cause I'm the Mac and I'm bagging them something that they never had. I'll make you jump, jump, wiggle and shake your rump, cause I be kicking the flavor that makes you wanna jump. How high, real high, cause I'm just so fly, a young, lovable, huggable type of guy. And everything is to the back with a little slack, cause inside out is wiggity, wiggity, wiggity whack. Come stomping with something to keep you jumping. R&B, ABD, bullcrap is what I'm dumping. So don't be talking about crisscross, we all that. So when they ask, do I rock, say believe that. Jump, jump, Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Mac Dad'll make you jump, jump. Daddy Mac gon' make you jump, 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 jump. Mac Dad'll make you jump, jump. Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Crisscross will make you jump, jump. You and I thought we'd fly to Rio for dinner. We must have been high, but you and me and another 3 friends of yours crashed, George, Mike, and Emily. And now there's nothing to eat except for the meat that once was your friends who lived up the street. And I saved the last piece of George for you, though I gorged on the other 2. I saved the last of George for you, and I saved the last piece of George for you. He's kosher if you are a Jew. L'chaim, but he isn't. He isn't. I saved the last of George for you. You were so right the other night when you disagreed. Forgetting the words. If there'd still be room for Dwight. Now we'll make amends when our dinner date ends. But I gotta say, you've got delicious friends. And I saved the last piece of George for you, though I gorged on the other 2. I saved the last of George for you, and I saved the last piece of George for you. He was vegan, so he's tough to chew. But I saved the last of Boy George for you. Unfortunately, the last of George is his penis. When you are asleep, that's when I creep and I lick all the butter in your fridge. When you are not awake, I unwrap your Lando Lake and I lick all the butter in your fridge. The butter in your fridge. The butter in your fridge. So have some parquet, it contains my DNA from when I licked all the butter in your fridge. And have a pad of blue bonnet, I practically spat upon it when I licked all the butter in your fridge. It's not butter. It's some kind of soy product imitation. Hawked by Fabio. Something. All right. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. I'll see you again tonight. Bye.